Welcome everyone to my Backlinks webinar. It's all about backlinks. I'm going to be talking about everything about how to analyze their performance and the most highly demanded, how to actually get more backlinks for your website. I probably get about one email a day just asking, Jessica, how do I earn more backlinks? And I tell them, well, I can't email you that because it's not that simple. So I've created this webinar for everyone who's interested in this topic, and I'm sure we will have lots of questions. You can save those for the end. I'll be taking any questions. And I am Jessica, so I am a success manager here at Positionly. You can feel free to email me any questions, jessica@positionly.com, or tweet me, Jessica MQY. Always listening to you guys, and if you have more webinar topic ideas, or if you like to be a guest, maybe you're in the SEO field, feel free to write me. Okay, so here are all the topics that I will be covering today. So what is link earning and why is it important? What are quality links and versus lots of links, like quantity, what's more important? We have lots of techniques. I'll be telling you about the black hat techniques, the white hat techniques, and what to do, what not to do. So I'll also be talking about monitoring as well. So you're with Positionly, hopefully, that's why you're listening to this webinar, how to actually use our inbound link section to monitor your efforts. And of course, I'll be talking throughout the whole thing about Majestic because they're our awesome backlinks provider and we've teamed up with them pretty recently, so I'll tell you all about them as well. And if you've come to learn about how to actually earn backlinks, you've come to the right place, and welcome to the first step in being a master. All right, so what are backlinks? Why are they important? Backlinks are basically just a link that another website has posted about you, so they posted a link to your website. That's it. And why is it important? Well, first of all, it's crucial to getting discovered, and that's by robots as well as real humans, because a better linked site means that robots are able to find your site faster because the robot by Google or any other search crawler would go around trying to find you, trying to find all the sites on the web. If you have more connections, they will find you faster. Second is to gain credibility. So when someone links to your site, they're basically telling their website, their audience, that, hey, check out this website, it's very credible. So they're passing on their link juice or sort of vote of confidence in you. So you will gain more credibility and rank better that way. And of course, you will see an increase in traffic because earning more backlinks is going higher in the rankings, and being higher in the rankings, we all know, gets you a lot of traffic. If you are at the top of the search engine, the very first result, you're getting something like 30% of all traffic for anyone who searches for you. If you're on the first page, no one moves past the first page. The first page gets something like 90% of all traffic. So it's very important to be linking well, and backlinks is one of the keys to doing this. So I would say backlink earning is very important for SEO, and it's really crucial to getting the great content on your site discovered. And I would say the main focus here, I want to emphasize great content, because before going forward and trying to earn backlinks, make sure the content on your site is really great as well. That's a whole separate topic though, so I will just do the backlink portion today. And what constitutes a good quality backlink from a bad one? Well, when search engines look for backlinks, they take into account relevance. So does the site linking to you, are they related to you at all? Are they related to your business? Do they have related content? And they also look for authority. So is the site linking to you credible? Are they not a spammy site? Are they a spammy site? Or are they actually a very credible site? And with relevance and authority, you're probably thinking, what does that mean? What sort of websites then should I look for? So that means you will be looking for sites that are influential, popular, and really trustworthy. That's ideal. Ideally, we would all have a backlink from whitehouse.gov. The White House, of course, is very influential, trustworthy, popular, but that's really difficult, of course. But there are so many millions of web pages in the web that are very influential and trustworthy and popular and related to your industry. So go out and look for these sites and look for your peers, your experts in the same industry. And you can also look for .edu and .gov sites, of course, because they're associated with the government. They're automatically, they have the relevance and authority from a good website that you'd want. So I'll be telling you exactly how to earn these sort of backlinks later on. And after hearing all this, you probably realize getting high quality backlinks is a lot harder than gaining low quality ones. And how does Majestic then determine our quality score? Because if you go to our inbound link section, Majestic will actually sum it up in a high, medium, low quality for you. So what they do then, they would update your backlink section once a week, and they will look at your sites and look at your backlinks, trust flow, and citation flow. So they would look at, it's something similar to relevance and authority. So they will look at how trustworthy, credible is the website, that sort of thing, and then give it a score out of 100. And anything that has above 70 is a high score, medium score is 24 to 70, and a low score is less than 24. And of course, we translate that all beautifully into the Positionly app in a nice little graph here. We'll show you how good your links are. And of course, ideally, we like to see all greens, some yellows, but we'll work on that. And yeah, it pulls it really nicely, really good overview of how your backlinks are doing. And of course, sum it up, they do score it based on trust flow and citation flow. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, quality versus quantity. Well, since I've been talking so much about quality, probably gave it away, yes, quality. This is our backlinks page, what you see again. This is one of the charts we draw for you. We chart your historical, the last 6 months. So you'll see the green is gained, backlinks gained, and red is backlinks lost. And you'll also see a total links section on the bottom left-hand corner. And you're probably freaking out over this number. You're probably thinking, I want 28,000 backlinks as well. Well, I would not focus so much on the number because ideally, yeah, I would like 28,000 backlinks as well, and they're all high quality. But, there are going to be some not such high quality links, and some may have no effect on your ranking, and some may even harm you. So that's why I'm focusing on quality today, and you should be also, because you want those good quality sites linking to you, and don't worry so much about the number. They will come naturally as you go. Okay, so this is the exciting part. I'm sure you're all here for this, is to actually learn what to do, like what can I actually do to get these backlinks. So there are some approaches you can take to this. One is good, one not so good. So there's the black hat strategy, which is kind of you're not following the search engine guidelines, you're kind of using these tactics that are aggressive, and it's just to boost your rankings, and you don't account for the human factor at all. And they might work in the short term, but in the end, Google will probably find you and penalize you. So do not do this. I'm telling you not to do this. The white hat strategies are what you do want to do. So they do follow search engine guidelines, and everything is optimized for humans and not for search engines. Because in the end of the day, Google wants to give their searchers the most relevant content, and everything you got to make it for humans, right? So besides these two techniques, there's sort of also a gray hat technique, which kind of tiptoes on the line between bad and good, but this is not a webinar for this. I am going to be talking about strictly don't do this and do this. So avoid black hat strategies or you will be penalized by Google. Don't forget I told you that. Okay, so here's what not to do first. Do not pay for your links. Of course, this is really bad. It's inorganic. I think literally anyone can do this with no regard for content at all. And any link paid for, it's supposed to be an ad. So if it's not made explicitly that it is an ad, it's considered a black hat link earning strategy. Don't do it at all. What you can do though is you can sponsor local events and donate to charities in exchange. Well, maybe it's not in exchange for a link, but you can do this and most likely they will link to you. Why not? You'll probably want to look for local events and businesses that are somehow similar to your audience. So then when they do give you a link, you're attracting really targeted people. And often charities will have very reputable sites. I would say that when I was university myself, I was running a environmental club, and I went out and I was asking for a sponsorship from our local businesses, and I found that those that were kind of related to environment and green living, such as like yoga shacks, fair trade clothing, organic coffee beans, those sort of places tended to donate to us more. And in exchange, we gave them links from our club website, which was associated with my university. So that was an easy .edu link they've earned, and I've got in return some donations for my events. So this is really a win-win situation, and I love it a lot, and it's quite immediate to see the results, let's say. And the bonus is helping the local community can actually draw positive third-party media coverage, and this will boost your brand image as well. So I really love this technique. All right, next. Do not guest blog just for the sake of earning a link. We all know this. Guest blogging is probably one of the most popular and well-known ways to earn a backlink. So it has sometimes turned to a way that that's all people do. They don't care about the content, they just want a link. Well, Google knows this too, so they will treat it as like spam if you don't do it properly. So you want to also think, why would a credible site really host a bad guest blogger? They wouldn't. So you wouldn't be earning good links if you're doing this anyway. So if you do guest blog, definitely do high quality guest blogs, because you're presenting content that their readers want to read. So when they see that, then they'll more likely look at your page and click the link that you provide also. And of course, you'll want to blog for maybe similar industries so that you're attracting like-minded target audiences as well, who then will click your link. And the bonus here is you could also host guest bloggers on your site. A lot of guest bloggers have a loyal readership, and if you're hosting them, then they will follow to your site as well. And this is one of Positionly's, I think, most loved strategies. Our most popular blog is actually by a guest blogger. So I think it was over 1 year now, but every day we still get shares and comments for this blog post all the time. So we love guest blogging. Alrighty, and next is do not be involved in link exchange schemes. Hey, I'll link you if you link me. Obviously do not do that, and it's very easy to get caught if you do this. Don't do it at all. What you can do though is you can build relationships with industry peers and experts. So you can tweet them, you can email them. Of course, the best way is to meet them in person, and I think with any relationship, if you're looking for a girlfriend, dog, I don't know, meet them in person. But we can't all do that, obviously. We're not everywhere. If you want to tweet them, then make sure you're tweeting them something useful and new. So if Positionly comes out with a new blog that says, new blog about backlinks, check it out, and then we have 20 people post to us, love it, great, I agree, or something. Yeah, we could maybe favorite your tweet, or we tweet back thank you, but it's nothing really meaningful to the conversation that we can go back and forth on and build that relationship. So if you want to tweet them then some sort of information, hey, loved your blog post, I agree, I talked about something similar with my infographic that I think would be great for one of the ideas that you're talking about in your blog post. Tweet us something like this, then it'll make you stand out. And then if it's really useful for us, maybe we'll add it to our blog, something like that. Something that just ignites the back and forth and makes you stand out. And with emailing, same thing, tweet them something or email them something useful and new. And with emails, personalization is really key. Don't make it seem like it's a mass email. That's really, really common, and everyone knows that's easy to do. Everyone will ignore it. But if you take the time to research who you're emailing, if you find a personal name, if you talk about their brand a little bit, then they'll know you're serious about, wanting to build that relationship, and maybe they have more higher chances of checking out your link and actually linking you. And I could probably go on forever and ever about this, just because building relationships is kind of like its whole separate thing. Maybe we'll have a whole separate webinar about this if it's requested, but this is just some general tips. And lastly, industry experts might often have monthly roundup posts, so bring your product to their attention. For example, if this person does, best juices I've tried in the last month, and they're an industry expert there, and you're a juice company, you go up to them, you could say, hey, actually, our juices are better, we are more organic, we have better reviews from our customers. Please check us out, include us in your next monthly roundup, something like that. There's lots and lots of ways and tips to do this, so leave me a message if you'd like to hear more about this subject. Okay, so the bonus with this solution is this is actually a very long-term solution. Once you get into their network, they in the future will then be aware of you, so they will take the first initiative to actually link to you in the future. It's really cool. Next, do not spam other sites for backlinks. And what I mean by that is like in the comments and tweets, hey, link me. No one's gonna click on them. I don't know why people bother doing them anyways. I see them so often. Google doesn't even count the links and comments anyway, because they know that user-generated content is not really trustworthy. So don't do it. And if you're annoying, the webmaster might actually block you from visiting their site. So that's not good. What you can do though is you can seek out brand mentions and ensure that they're linked. So go on Google and Google yourself, Google your brand, and see what pops up. Go to the pages. Positionally will show you the source of where they are also, but go to the pages and you might see that they've mentioned you but not linked you. They might have just forgotten or just didn't link you for some reason. Just nicely ask them. And I don't see why they would say no, because they've already talked about you. It's pretty simple. Yeah. So personally, I think this is the most painless way to earn a backlink. I mean, technically, you've already earned it. So all you've actually got to do is get the link. So just ask them nicely, use my email technique, ask them nicely, make them a personalized email, that sort of thing. Okay, so there are some other important factors in link earning, and they are diversifying your methods. It's important to be using as many of these techniques as I've told you about, because together they achieve the maximum results, because some of them might be a short-term strategy, some of them might be a long-term strategy, some of them just might work better for your business or not, and maybe the different techniques might attract little different audiences. So use as many methods as you can, play with it. Ensure that you have great internal linking within your website, because internal linking, that's the key for crawlers to actually find your website and index your web page. The better it's internally linked, the better they can index you and organize your web page, and they can actually rank higher in the SERPs because the robot will understand you more. And lastly, the most important is to think of your users first, okay? Focus on their user experience and create the best content for them. This is the key to everything. Okay, if all your SEO strategies, in internal linking, you can index it for robots, but think of how your users want to navigate your site as well. Where you're thinking about keyword strategy, think about what your searchers are searching for you. Think about when you're doing content, what do they want to read? Every single thing that I've told you about and will talk to you about, and anything related to SEO, think of your users first. And that will never change. Search engines, algorithms change. Your users, what they want, they change, but your users will never change. Just focus on them. Now that you've taken my strategies and you can actually start building links, then what? What should I do? Okay, so you are in Positionly's inbound links section, and you can see we have all these great features. And Majestic pulled all this information for you guys. So what do you do from here? Well, you can do a lot of things with monitoring backlinks here. You can get weekly updates. Here's a little chart. So green is gained, red is lost. Really nice. You'll be updated every week. You can go to the source. So find out where the sites are actually linking you from. Go see who's linking you. And lastly, you can see if they passed on their link juice. So that's the follow type, do follow, no follow. And their link juice, what it is if they've actually passed on their credibility to you, because if they say no follow, that means they've told the robots to not follow this link. They are telling the robots, hey, I don't want to pass on my credibility to your site, and you can find out why. So you can see the do follow is yes, you will get the link juice, no follow is no. Okay, so we make it super easy for you, and I'm going to go into details of these 3 things now. So with weekly updates, thanks to Majestic, of course, what you can do is you can disavow shady links ASAP. The best scenario here, if you get a shady link, is of course, ask the webmaster, please remove me. I don't want to be associated with your site at all. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Maybe you can't contact them or they say no. So if you want to tell them you want to tell Google that I don't want to be associated with this, go to Google's Disavow tool and then you can do this. And of course, this is because if you're associated with too many shady sites, Google will think you are shady too, and that can hurt your rankings. What you can do also is reach out to people who provided you a nice link and reach out to them right away, send them that nice friendly email I taught you about, and it's a lot easier than to build that relationship once you reach out earlier. So if maybe someone linked you in a new blog post, it's so much easier than if you waited 3 months and not done this. So definitely check in with Positionally every week and see how you're doing. And react quickly before any harm is done, of course. You can go to the source. Okay, so what do you do when you go to the source? You monitor what the linking sites are saying about you. Check out what they're saying about you. If really what they're saying about you is correct, sometimes it's not. So you can correct them. You can send them a nice email, of course. Maybe it's even just a misspelled word, like they misspell your brand name or something. So contact them, thank them, of course. And yeah, pretty simple. Make sure they're not reading wrong information about you, of course. And you can get inspired by the source. So that means maybe the site linking to you is kind of surprising. You don't expect a site like that to be linking to you. And you can figure out why. You can read about them, figure out why they link to you, and maybe in the future, sites sort of like that are what you'll want to be targeting. You know, you could be selling cat sweaters, and then you realize, why did Taylor Swift's website link to me? You can go to her website then, and then you'll realize, wow, Taylor Swift has 3 cats. That's why she linked me to my cat sweater website. So then maybe you'll figure out all her fans are also fans of cats. So this is a relevant target audience for you now, and you might be targeting Taylor Swift fan sites now. You never know, something like that. You never know until you check it out, and it's super fun. You're kind of being detective, you're going where the source is. Unleash your inner Sherlock Holmes. Okay, and you can check out if they passed on their link juice, which again is their credibility. So if you get a no follow, that means they did not pass on their link juice, and it means the humans can click on the link they posted and be directed to your site, but the robot will not be directed to your site. And if you see a no follow from a quality website, I would nicely contact the webmaster and try to ask them to change it. And a do follow is they have passed on their link juice, and this is nice. So humans and crawlers can both click on the link and be directed to your site. But the tip here is don't fret over it, because really having some no follow links are actually normal. They're inevitable. Not everyone's going to have 1,000 backlinks. They're all going to be do follow. Some people just say no follow. And that's okay. And actually, if you have 1,000 links and they're all do follow, Google might think that's fishy because no one really has this. So if you have some no follow, don't worry about it. But again, if they're really good quality and I really value that link, I might try and reach out to the webmaster and try to get them to change it. Okay, so now you're thinking, oh my God, Jessica, I did all this and I have 1,409 total links and I don't know what to do with all this data. Okay, first of all, congratulations in being in this dilemma because it's a very good dilemma to be having. I hope everyone faces this problem later on because having many backlinks is a good thing, and actually it's not that difficult. So I'll walk you through what you can do with all your backlinks data. First, you can go ahead in our app and download all your data in a CSV file. It's at the very bottom of our inbound links page. And then in the CSV file, you can graph it and look for trends and compare to your goals. So maybe you have some historical data, so maybe compare how you were doing with backlinks last year versus this year. You know, maybe you sell, I don't know, swimming shorts, and you want to gain a lot of backlinks in the spring and summer versus winter. Then you want to compare the trends. You know, am I getting more backlinks during these two seasons that I want? You can check out if your strategies are successful. So you've implemented a new strategy in November. Have you gained more backlinks in November then? Are they successful? Check them out that way. And yeah, ensure your goals are always met. And if not, adjust it accordingly. See how it goes. See what works for your business. Every business will be different here. And you can also monitor broken links and rebuild them. So if you remember, we had the graph, and the red going down in the graph means you've lost the backlinks. We also show you in the big red box, it says lost, where your backlinks are. So it's very obvious to find them in our app and check them out, see if maybe if they actually just removed you, maybe it's kind of a lost cause. But a lot of times, maybe their page was just moved and they didn't redirect it properly, so you lost that link. You can gain it back. Just contact the webmaster. Or maybe if you were in a blog post before that was on the home page, then a couple months later it was pushed back to the third or fourth page, then you can contact them again and ask them to nicely reinstate it because something was not properly redirected. And in any cases, something like that happens that you can rebuild your backlink, I would suggest checking it out and doing so. See, it's not that hard. Even if you have thousands of backlinks, it's very easy to manage. And yes, all about the CSV file. Go sort your data, make it into your graph, compare your goals. Simple with any sort of marketing, compare your historical data. Okay, so finally, the topic will just be quickly covering social media links. They're actually not backlinks in the traditional sense. They are not part of these link earning strategies. I just want to be clear, but I just want to talk about it a little bit just so we're cleared up here. Okay, they can sort of indirectly make you earn backlinks because if you're gaining more traffic on social media, that means you have more users looking at you. So you're more likely then to get some backlinks just because more people are viewing you. But otherwise, have a totally separate social media strategy. It's not even in the same realm as link earning the traditional way. So that's because social media links are not regular links. Most social media links do not show up in the search engine results pages or the SERPs, and that's because they're very hard to predict, and the social media links tend to have shorter lifespans. So in Google, I believe something like 10-15% of all tweets show up. Facebook notes show up, but Facebook statuses don't show up. It's very weird. It's really hard to predict. And with Bing, I think Bing shows more tweets and more Facebook stuff than Google does. So it's very, very difficult to predict. And yeah, they treat social media links differently, and actually the algorithm changes way more rapidly. So social media, different thing. And actually, social media profiles do appear across all the SERPs. So if you see here, I Googled Cafe Lux. This is the first page, and so their first result was just their web page, but on the rest of the page, it's all their social media accounts, so their Instagram, their Facebook. And this is really valuable real estate in the SERPs, because if you have these Facebook profiles that are doing well and they're ranking on the first page, all your competitors are not going to get on the first page then. So it's still relevant to have this Facebook or social media sort of presence so that you're kicking your competitors off your first page. And lastly, social media they're actually search engines also. So this is my Twitter. Twitter searched for Facebook. Okay. So within Twitter, I searched for Facebook. Yeah, social media inception here. And actually, the first result that came up was not Facebook or any of their accounts. It was actually a BuzzFeed tweet who tweeted about Facebook. And you can see that's because it was really popular. It was favorited 381 times, and then Facebook's actual account was below that. So it's very strange. They have their own unique algorithms. If you search for Facebook on Facebook, then a different result comes up. It's really different. So have a separate social media strategy again. Okay, and finally, just do it. Go for it. Believe in yourself. It's definitely a long-term strategy. Don't be discouraged if you don't see results tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Experiment with all the strategies I've taught you. Some might work better for you, some might not. So try it out. Let me know what happens. I'd love to hear it. And thank you so much for your attention. I will be taking questions now.